Welcome back to the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly, where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And welcome back, Bluey.
Once again.
Yeah, once again. Yeah, you survived last week's show.
Yeah.
About the blokes.
All the blokes.
Yeah. I hope
all for the
everyone's
blokes.
enjoyed it. And
well, not all, but I mean.
And today I thought it'll be a little different. Well, a little different in terms of focus, but it's one that I've mentioned before, and touched on it a few times.
You've mentioned a lot of things before.
The show.
There's an old saying that people don't really listen until you're sick of saying it.
Yeah. All right. So I have
So
to say it again. So I have talked a lot about astrology and its role in with relationships.
Astrology.
And in particular is Taoist astrology. So today's topic is, can the astrology predict a marriage success? How your partner can shape your health, wealth, and future.
Do.
Look, the thing is, most people choose a partner based on, see if you agree, attraction, personality, shared interests, or chemistry, yeah? But what if there's another layer to it? What if there's more to it that you need to consider? Look, for thousands of years in China, they've used the metaphysics has viewed marriage as the joining of two destinies. Okay? Two becomes one. Yeah, you're no longer separate. Yeah, just two separate units that happen to just be together. That
two becoming one. Is there a clash involved?
Yeah, possible if you haven't you haven't chosen your partner with the right head. So, yeah, look, from this perspective, marriage is not simply an emotional commitment. Because, you're going to have your two destinies are going to be joined. So it's the merging of two life paths. That's what you have to consider.
Well, it's in most books and most religions. It says two become as one.
However...
And what does that actually mean?
Yeah, the people don't understand what it means, and I guess they don't really consider it.
You've got to share your breakfast, or...
Well, that's all the modern life there seems to think it's about. Just eating breakfast together and living in the same house. Copulate every now and then in the bedroom, share the bedroom, and that's it. That's your life. That's what a marriage is. Really?
Well, it seems life a lot's got us on the treadmill, doesn't it?
But that's what the social media and all the commentary out there saying, really, putting out. And that's what people are getting. No different, really. They seem to be all the same. Someone you can talk to, someone you can have lots of fun with. Yeah, couldn't you do that with your friends?
Can't you do that with a Sagittarius?
Huh?
You're talking about astrology.
Okay. Oh yes, that sort of thing. Well, I'll talk about it later because I don't think that is a tool, and you've got the Western zodiac. And the ones that you read in the columns, just basic signs like that, that's more entertainment and very, very baseline.
Well, I don't know if too many people would actually consider it being anything much more than entertainment.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So they get up early in the morning to read the newspaper to see which...
more like,
look, I don't like my horoscope today. I want to change it for another one.
It's kind of like, our astrology signs don't mix. So I don't think I should choose him or date him. And even probably, on those dating apps, they might put the sign as well.
Yeah, because
and then people go choose based on the signs.
And in Western there is actually compatibility signs. Like apparently Leo and Aries is compatible signs. Fire signs and whatever. Wet fish signs and whatever.
Yeah, and air signs get together and all that sort of thing. But that's very, very base level. It's just like trying to...
Very base level?
Just like trying to describe Aussies, for instance. What are Aussies like? Of course, you're going to say, they love their beer, they enjoy the cricket, Eat meat pies and Vegemite.
And they also love pioneering so many things, and also being at the top of just about every single industry or every single sport, or there's always an Aussie at the top somewhere.
But you know what I mean. But are all Aussies the same?
No.
You see?
There's a vast disparity.
Vast disparity. You say so. You have an overall very. They're very
well, the good ones pull up the rest and say, this is what you can do too.
They're very base things.
You too can become like me if you're not careful.
I'm saying, look, are all Sagittarius the same? No. There are common factors, common similarities.
They've got they've got something really good for them, Sagittarius people.
Really?
Yeah, they're half man, half horse. They've got a license to crap in the street.
But okay, yeah, all right. So we're digressing. Look, according to the Taoist astrology, okay, the person may carry a significant influence, can significantly influence opportunities, stress levels, relationships, and direction of your life. Not just whether or not you get along.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's a base level. Very look, you can get along with lots of people, but can you live with them? It's different.
Yeah, and I think a lot of men just think that it doesn't really matter what the woman's level's like.
As long as she's hot. Yeah. She looks hot.
And she's all right, she's a nice person type of thing.
She's nice to be around, but and that's
if you're right with the right one, you can absolutely quantum leap your life. But if that one suddenly doesn't like you anymore, that could suddenly reverse very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the schemes can come, you see.
So really, today's discussion is we're going to explore and we discuss how the astrology is used by practitioners to assess relationship compatibility, marriage, timing, and the potential.
Well, here's the thing: it's thousands of years old. And you don't get to be thousands of years old unless you go, "Wow, that's pretty amazing." You just need to get it wrong a few times.
You mean right a few times?
No, but I mean, people would drop out, wouldn't they? It would suddenly drop off and say, what a load of rubbish. Okay. This didn't happen, that didn't happen.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. Look, it is basically...
They've got a disclaimer. They've had a disclaimer for thousands of years.
Okay. Look at it this way. This is one thing a lot of people dish it as in it's not science or whatever. It doesn't work. But if... they have not been only using the very baseline one, like the entertainment one, then yes, it's not going to work. It's just like saying, oh, you told me Aussies, you told me that they were like they usually, like beer and cricket and meat pies. But
they also like evidence.
Yeah, but I found an Aussie that doesn't like that. So you're wrong. Aussies don't like that,
it depends on our own perspectives. I mean, two people can grow up, two siblings can grow up in the same family and have a completely different view of their childhood. My childhood was the greatest. Oh, mine was the worst.
Yeah.
So hang on, we were in the same family.
Yeah, so it really is. So I'm saying as a demonstration of why people can say, oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I'll put it to those people, if the astrology doesn't work, why would they continue to use it for thousands of years?
Yeah, I think we just mentioned that. Yeah.
Obviously, it does.
Well, that's not... hang on. There's been plenty of things that's lasted for a long, long period of time.
It doesn't work.
That's been hoodwinking people. For the large part. Maybe not all the time. Maybe somebody was really brilliant at something. But to keep it going was the hard part, you see. And that's when the fabrications maybe thing. So you don't know. It could be, but... It does seem a pretty amazing.
Amazing thing. And when this is the thing people need to understand with this type of astrology.
Yeah.
It's not like going to a psychic.
Yeah.
Well, a psychic basically reads the current energy. That's it.
Yeah.
Whereas this astrology and Western astrology to a certain degree as well. But in terms of the Taoist astrology, is looking at the rooter level. It's like looking at your genetics.
Well,
the genetics can be a
it's
certain predictor.
specialized. It's specialized for different subject certain subject matters, isn't it? I mean, it's like.
This is what This is what I mean. It shows like you can have your genetics mapped out, and it shows your potential. You know, you can be a world champion swimmer according to your genes or whatever, but that's not enough. You've got to actually work it. Just because you've got the genetics for it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to be...
Yeah, you've got a baseline, that's about it.
You've got a baseline, and it's just like if you've got a genes for, say, heart disease, okay, so, you know...
Well, you can overwhelm that as well.
You can overwhelm that, yeah. If you can avoid it, if you know about it, and then you take measures to prevent heart disease.
That's right. So would you want to know or not want to know? That's the question.
That's what you want to know.
Are you going to eat the cream cakes, or you're going to be, oh no, I better not.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I'm going to stay with the olive oil.
So it doesn't, you know, then you can't come back and say, you said I was, doctor, you said I was going to have heart disease. Well, look at me, fit as fit. I've never had heart disease.
No, they wouldn't say you're going to have. They're going to say there could be a tendency.
Yeah, but that's how people interpret it.
Whether it's interpreted that way or not, but I can pretty much say that the small print won't say that.
Yeah, but people don't bother about the small print, really. They'll really go on and say about whether or not. They'll say, oh, yeah, you said it. So basically, it is a potential, and it's absolutely up to you what you do with that information. And it's best, you know, there are people that go to astrology readers and say, okay, let me know about my future, but if there's anything bad, don't tell me, I don't want to know. You know?
Okay.
It's just like going to a doctor and say, okay, doctor, give me an examination, but if you find anything wrong, don't tell me, I don't want to know.
Okay.
I don't want to hear bad news. So what's the point?
So, but more so, what's more interesting is what's the difference between Western and Eastern?
Okay. Western astrology, this is me, I found that is very good in describing personalities.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
very good.
Characteristic traits. Or you're always late on a Monday.
No. You know, like this person outgoing, creative, that sort of thing.
Okay.
You know, likes to socialize.
Yeah.
Or this sign.
That's everybody, isn't it?
You're more introvert person. You like to do your own thing. That sort of thing. And from the person.
That's Tuesday.
that goes to hear that type of thing, and they're saying, "This astrology is great. Oh, I describe my personality so well." But what I found is their forecast.
It does, though, doesn't it? It does as well. It does describe personalities quite
very well.
Because I know people that's been doing it for decades, and these people are really intelligent. They wouldn't be wasting their time.
But I'll tell you.
And they're really into the Western stuff, but they do go a bit nutty, I reckon. Oh, could be. But you know what happened just recently? A friend called me, and she says, "Look, I haven't told you anything from 30 years. I don't call you up and say, be careful, but today, and I had a car smash. And she says, I told you.
All right.
Again and again.
Now, look, why is your choice of partner the biggest decision of your life? I mean, look, what decision's got to have the biggest influence on your future? Will it be your career? Which house? Investments? Or the person you marry? You see, our audience, I just want you to think about that. Think about the importance and
the importance.
Yes, or how big an impact those things have on your life, because your spouse is going to share your home, your finances, your decisions, and your emotional world.
And even your bed and your holidays and your diet and
everything. Someone you live with
constantly. And who you can associate with and who you cannot.
Yeah, and the person that spends your money as well. They're going to be spending your money. Think about that too. So, look, from Taoist astrology perspective, marriage joins two destinies.
Two
charts begin interacting together continuously. So, and with that, your destiny, if it's a matter of your destiny, wouldn't you take more care, the most care with it then? Think about the person that's going to influence it. You see? How well you do. So, okay. So just a little rundown on the astrology. What is it based on? As most people are actually quite have some idea that astrology is based on date of birth, time of birth. And because then this creates an imprint, a chart used in Chinese metaphysics to examine, things like tendencies, strengths, challenges, and timing. So those things do it. Now, so the thing with a practitioner, if you go to a reader, what they'll do is they'll look at your elements as well. So this is different from the Western astrology that a lot of people are used to. They have like more of the planets, sun rising in Jupiter or moon rising,
planet alignments
like
or whatever.
Alignments on things like that.
To bring forth tendencies.
So this is a different system.
Okay.
Just based on elements. 5 elements. The difference between this and the Western astrology is that there's no air.
Okay. What about hot air?
No, none of that. There's metal instead. There's metal. There's no air.
Okay.
So whereas in Western astrology, there's air. There's no metal.
All right.
Okay.
Because air is present.
Air is
and
present.
It has a force when it's got a big windy day. There's a big force there with the wind. So,
but what creates it? You see, it's a cycle. What creates wind?
Well, that's what I was thinking last night. What created all that wind?
At the moment, they're trying to fix it. They're saying it's all cow farts. So they're feeding them bovea.
Methane has apparently got us.
But you're saying because it's about one creating the other. So what creates air? You see. So whereas
I hope it's not methane.
Whereas in the Taoist astrology, the Eastern astrology, what creates metal? It's the earth. Comes out of the earth, you see? And there's earth in the Western astrology as well. So they're based on, it's a different principles. This is based on what creates each other all around in a circle.
Okay.
Like a circle of life. Okay? And look, think of it as, not only that, so it's just the elements. Also, sometimes someone can have an abundance too much of one element, and that becomes overwhelming. And so they need other elements to, they don't have sufficient. Need other elements to rebalance it.
I see.
And then we also...
So if you've got too much metal on your left side, you walk around in circles? Until you get a balance.
The same. But they'll look at, marriage indicators, luck pillars, and timing cycles as well. Because, look, the astrology is one tool.
Okay.
Among many that people use to understand personality and life patterns. It's not a guarantee of specific outcomes. Like I'll say, it's like looking at your genes. Okay, forth. It gets a good indication, but doesn't mean that would absolutely happen, because it also depends on your actions. Like the example I say, if you have the gene for heart disease, if you don't do anything, okay, it's likely that's where you're headed. But if you're proactive in prevention, like leading a very healthy lifestyle, you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. Okay, so it's not fortune telling, so to speak.
It's more so like be cautious, be careful. There could be danger over here.
This time, because there's a tendency very strong that time. You have to be very wary, so you can avoid it if you do certain
So you
things.
wouldn't go out swimming if there's a mad swell going on and a big rip that could take your way out or whatever.
To me, look, it's just like
you do it on another day.
On another day, like you're looking at a weather forecast. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just using it.
But how does that help with the relationships?
Help. Oh, yes, I'm glad you asked.
Oh, dear. Here we go, folks.
Look, the people ask,
Go the Dragonfly.
Yeah. Can it indicate how easy or difficult marriage may be? Okay. So, look, the kind of questions that practitioners are commonly asked, and which cover, is that firstly, is it going to be, how easy or difficult will it be for that person to marry? Okay, it's more like, it's nothing on that person.
How much money have they got?
Sometimes not even that. Sometimes they can.
Sometimes
Even if you're not get rich, I mean, there's lots of wealthy people that had bad relationships and bad luck
because they realise that they're not actually loved.
Yeah.
Their illusion of it. Is
so
love.
it applies to everyone. I mean, look, if it's difficult for someone to marry, going from their chart, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person or anything. It's just that opportunities for them to marry is going to be few and far between. Okay. Yeah, versus someone that say, I've got a lot of marriage prospects, a lot of chances to marry. For you, so it'll be easy. Yeah, easy. So for someone like that, you normally advise them that you've got lots of opportunities that keep popping up. I'll be very discerning about it, and not just pick the first one that pops up, even if he or she seems to be great. You know, and for the
fall into
one,
the trap.
Yeah, or for the one that
thinking that you're going to miss out or whatever.
Yeah, difficult to marry. Okay, like these things that people need to know beforehand so that they can plan. And then you should value the ones that come. And so when the timing that comes, and not be blasé and say to know when the indication that comes, so that you can properly assess if you do want to marry. Is be open to it at those times. Those are your opportunities.
So is that the house of spouse then that you've been talking about?
It's a bit more than that as well. Okay, it's also like indications of relationship obstacles. Like I said, obstacles to that. It's also house of spouse. Yes, if it gets activated. By say a certain sign of the year, like for instance, this year is the year of the horse.
No chance.
So if someone has a tiger or a dog in the house of spouse, so because those they're in the three trios, they like each other, so they're compatible.
There's lots of jokes that could come from that.
So their attraction, and so that's how that house of spouse gets activated. And so those are the likely times. Okay.
But with a dog and a tiger.
Or someone else, or if your partner has a dog or a tiger, it activates that, you see? Or, your luck cycle, when the dog or the tiger comes up, like you see, it's like a year they've got chances.
So does the tiger ask the dog out for dinner? But the dog is the dinner?
Or the horse, eh? But look, I
just knocked you off your train of thought right
you
there.
knocked me off my train of thought.
But I know you'll get it back.
So the other thing is when if they've got sufficient elements, certain elements, like for a woman, it is power that she needs. Okay, because
power. Give me the power.
Power indicates a husband. Because in society, put aside political correctness and feminism and all that side. Traditionally in society, a woman gets her social standing and her social standing and power through her husband. I'm saying, look,
for the most part,
but
it's not necessarily the case.
Okay, why do we know, say, Melinda Gates? It's because she was married to the wealthiest man in the world for a time. That's how her name is famous. True? Yeah. Without him, if she did not marry him, she should have been executive at Microsoft.
Who's Gina Reinhardt with? What's his name? We don't know.
We don't know. You see? The man doesn't get power from the woman. Or can anyone remember?
No, there was the Prime Minister, wasn't it? The woman, would you call her?
Gillard?
The Ranger.
The Ranger.
the one that went to the AFL Grand Final says if there was only a Ranger in the team, but the guy was the captain.
Yeah.
He was a Ranger. She didn't know. Anyhow, but he was known, wasn't he? Because he was
a hairdresser.
He was a hairdresser.
Yeah, he does her hair every day. Yeah.
Tim or something. Well,
Tim Matheson.
But there again, so we wouldn't have known about his hairdressing prowess, would we? Unless we walked into his store, we wouldn't know him.
Yeah. And we wouldn't really know his name unless there was some controversy about him. That's how his name came up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Because
there was a controversy.
Yeah, some controversy. Yeah.
Otherwise,
no, some people wouldn't even know who her partner is.
Yeah.
No, come on. So let's say a woman gets her power and her standing through her husband. So that's why if she does have a lot of power elements in her chart, indicates also she's got lots of chances to marry. Yeah, her chance of marrying are good. Okay. A woman that doesn't, very difficult to marry.
All right.
There's no power. Power's not present. Then she'll have to wait for when power comes in a luck cycle. Yeah. Okay. And sometimes they might miss the whole cycle and get nothing. Or sometimes the power cycle might be toward when she's 60, for instance.
Is that right?
So it's very unfortunate things that it happens, but you can see some people just never.
But maybe they've
married.
got a different. Okay, yeah.
Even if they want to, I mean, look at Susan Boyle. When she went on I don't know, Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Was it her show?
I bet she got heaps of proposals.
Well, before she got never even been kissed.
Oh, she wouldn't even have been said hello, probably.
Yeah. Never been kissed. So all that long, things like that happen.
Yeah.
Very difficult, and it doesn't necessarily matter how beautiful that person is.
No, but it's what you bring to the table. You know, if you
something very good, sometimes very good, but they keep getting overlooked, and you don't know why until you see the chart. There's no power. Yeah, and for the man, what we look at is the money element, because unlike Western society and culture, the Eastern society and culture, a man's wife is his money. Why? Okay, because she's the money administrator, and also it's growing his money.
She reinvests it.
Yeah, and also because look, as everywhere, for man, if he has money, he has women. He gets women. True. For a large part.
Well, there's certainly.
Yeah, well, why then Rupert Murdoch able to marry and then when he's 90s again? He's never going to win any beauty contest.
Well, then you better get a lot of offers.
Yeah, because of the money. You
How
see?
old are you again?
Yeah, doesn't matter. You're as young as you feel. So it doesn't matter.
Age is only on a date on the calendar.
What really matters is your bank balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how much longer have you got to go?
Yeah. So look, and you know, there's some people, are they really naturally suited to partnership? Some people are not. It's just like people because
isn't there someone for everyone?
Provided, yes, it's someone for everyone, but you need to want to be with someone.
Okay.
Are you able to work with someone? You know, there's, like in work, there are people that cannot work with others.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always someone.
Yeah, sure.
So you're not forcing it in. It's just like in a workplace, you say you need to give group work. Okay, you can't work with that person. Okay, you can work with this person instead.
Yeah.
But that's more like there's someone for everyone. But if someone cannot work with anyone, there's no point.
Well,
okay, it just, you get me?
Yeah.
Because a marriage is a partnership, being part of a team.
Yeah.
So if you cannot be a team player, marriage is not for you. Okay.
Okay.
So, and like there always more. But this is the thing: there are some charts, some people that should marry, and some that should not at all.
Okay.
Okay. Because sometimes someone's chart, if they marry, if the house of spouse gets activated, it locks up the entire chart. So they cannot. So
that's why probably a lot of people wouldn't want to know.
Well, wouldn't you want to know? Because it's important to know because it's your future.
Well, I mean, that means, so the chart says I shouldn't marry. That means I'm just going to resign myself to be alone forever?
But but we're telling you, it's up to you whether or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so because
I'll just put the fear of the heebie-jeebies in you, pointing the bone or something.
It's just that once you marry, then do not blame the other person. If you're going to get financial woes after.
What's the point of marrying if you can't blame the other person?
Well, your chart says you shouldn't marry. So are you going to listen to me or not, or then not listen and then come back and blame? I mean, so I told you.
Yeah.
And there's, or some people's chart is too perfect. So you don't want any other chart influence. It could muck it up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. However,
It might be too good.
it might be too good.
So there's different, and some people have got good ones and some people got bad ones, and so you don't want to associate with a bad chart person.
No, not necessarily. Because if you've got every, say, like I mentioned before, all the elements.
Yeah.
Elements. If you've got every element that you need, it's all in balance.
Okay.
You don't want another
Somebody
element
coming into an imbalance.
Yeah, to an imbalance it.
Oh, so then you got to stay single anyways.
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. Or
what a great antidote for everybody.
Or unless at a certain point they've got a certain thing that would help someone, help another part of the chart.
Listen, guys, you got to listen to this very carefully. This is your out.
Or,
my astrology is so balanced that I was told that if I take on a partner, I'll just knock everything all out of balance. I can't get married. I'm sorry.
That could be it as well. But another
write it down.
Another thing is, I think you'd want to know, because let's say if you've got deficiencies in your chart, then you need someone that's got that what you're missing, and then that helps it. Then you need to marry. Then you need to marry. Yeah. You really do because it's for your own good.
Yeah.
And then you need someone very specific.
So it plugs in the gap. It plugs in the hole.
It plugs in the gap, but you need someone quite specific. Yeah. And that's the thing.
How do you find that?
Okay, I mean...
So do you actually start to look for people who's born on that day?
That's not enough. You have to come for a reading.
Do you put an ad out and say, anybody born on this day, and if you're single, would you want to catch a coffee?
That's not enough, by the way. Because then you have to know the chart that the date of birth is actually date of birth, and the full chart that it'll generate. So I need someone born at this time, this date, this month, this year. Yeah.
That would be hard to work out.
That would be hard to work out for them. Okay, so a lot of people do, as they've done through the ages, is get a relationship compatibility analysis done before you make any major decisions.
So you would have a city chart person?
No, you go to the astrologer. Okay, but and look, because remember, marriage means sharing decisions, resources, habits, stress, and lifestyle as well. So, and that's why, from the Taoist astrology's perspective, it's believed that a spouse's chart can influence how another person's life unfolds. Because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, a compatible partner may encourage better decision making, greater stability, improved confidence, financial discipline, a calmer home environment, and but an incompatible partner, on the other hand, you might expect, say, ongoing conflicts, poor financial decisions, increased stress, and reduced well-being. Okay, look, it's not politically correct, and if you were to scour the internet, because of political correctness and them protecting themselves, they tend to, what did they say? Pussyfoot around things a little bit, and the thing, and not say it, but the wrong partner for your chart can cause illness, and in some extreme cases, even death. You hear of stories where, look, the bride and groom, straight after the wedding, on their honeymoon, one of them died. Okay, or even on the wedding itself, a wedding day itself.
When you hear them stories, you often wonder what.
Yeah. Yeah, you often wonder why. And if we were to look, and I'll tell you, if we were to look at their charts, it pretty much give us an the answer why.
Is that right?
Yes, it'll be there. And that's why they were so adamant in the old days, when before marriage, the elders would insist on getting the charts read before they marry. And it wasn't so much, like I said before, to try to pick the best one, best ones because back at that time, you don't have the luxury of waiting around for the best one to come along because you had to be married by a certain age.
And life was short.
And so forth. So it's used to avoid the worst ones, like that situation where it affects health or death or financial ruin, so forth. So, okay. And look, even simply thinking about it in a practical everyday situation, I mean, your spouse has more influence than anyone else in your life because, look, you just compare your levels of influence. Friends, how much do they influence you? Or neighbours, basically almost nothing. Work colleagues, your employers, employees, your business partners, influence and affects your business, but not your home life. Well, unless you're going down the toilet with your finances. These people influence parts of your life, but remember, a spouse influences nearly every part of your life. Those people only influence certain parts. A spouse influences everything.
Everything.
Home, money, sleep, parenting, health habits, daily stress,
happiness,
long-term planning,
diet. What you're going to have for dinner?
The more time that two people share their lives, the greater their mutual influence. Yeah? Because, so in marriage, they're viewed, in terms of astrology, the practitioners view that marriage is one of the strongest interactions between two people's life paths. Actually, I'll dare say the strongest influence. Because more than your parents or so forth. Your parents when you were young, yes, but after that, they don't share your life with you.
Yeah.
They gave you life and raised you to a certain point, but after that, that's over. You visit them every now and then, but that's it.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. So, can you choose better?
Always. That's the thing. We always think we can get better.
Yeah, look, the astrology can be used to explore things like, look, is this person likely to complement me? Do our strengths balance? Do our challenges reinforce each other? And is this a good time for marriage? And are there areas where we need greater awareness? Look, and the astrology, though, should not replace things like character, honesty, shared values, communication, and respect.
100%. There's more things than just astrology and our characteristics. The way that we're birthed is a major component.
But it can be viewed as another tool to help people make thoughtful relationship decisions. Now, what you were asking me earlier regarding Western and the Eastern astrology.
What's the major difference?
I find that
the top three sort of things.
I find that the Eastern astrology is not fortune telling. It's more of looking at the roots of it, write down the potential. Okay, it's like I say, looking at the genes, the genetics. Versus the Western. So that's why when people go there, I think, didn't say anything about personality or that. That's not where its strength is. Okay, its strength is with the foundations and especially the how two charts interact.
Yeah.
Great influence on the interaction. That's why it's used so much for marriage compatibility. Because, hey, like we say, the person that influences your destiny the most is your spouse, your partner in life.
Yep, you would definitely say that was correct.
Yeah, and so that's what they put in a lot of that of focus on that. And remember also that all these tools like astrology, all those methodologies, that sort of thing, develops with the culture. Yeah. According to the culture. So then you look at what's important in that culture then.
Yeah.
Eastern culture is financial security, career success.
Family,
and family lines.
Yeah, family lines.
Yeah.
Lots of lines.
And so forth. And so that would develop accordingly to that. Whereas in the West, that's not so much importance.
Yeah.
So it's more about having fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, the astrology is going to develop according to that. So that's also a reason why, like I said, astrology I find is very good in telling personality. So when people then go from the Eastern astrology to the Western astrology, they think, oh, this is so much better. It's describing me exactly well. And so then they tend to believe everything that comes from it. But what I found that it doesn't do very well in terms of forecasting. It doesn't do well, and not so well in terms of marriage or partnership, because it's more like, oh, will you get along? That's the focus.
They both may have a different, a different function.
Different focus.
Yeah, different focus. So,
and the Western doesn't so much put emphasis how is that person going to affect you. It's more of will you get along.
Yeah.
But getting along together is not enough.
I'll need to get a clarification on that, and like what's the main difference for other people.
Yeah, well,
that's your opinion, but there might be other people that give a good opinion as well.
If they've done both, okay.
Yeah, if they've done both,
and what have they found?
Yeah.
But also within the schools, there's within Eastern astrology, there's different methods, different schools of interpretation and reading.
Yeah.
Okay, ways of reading. So that's why you can get two different type of readings when you go to different readers.
And therein lies the difficulty.
Yes, therein lies the difficulty. Because
the male mind or the Western sort of consideration is something's replicatable.
Yeah.
Something that can be proven by repeat practice. And it will give you the same results. But it won't if there's two different types, because it depends on how it's interpreted. Not only that, how deep the knowledge of the practitioner is. It doesn't. You can say you can have 20 years experience. Yeah. But if all that you're reading is on the top level, your experience means nothing. Okay. If you know how to read deeper. So that's where it's going to be difficult. It's difficult. Yeah, and that's why people don't get but it. But if you look at Taoism in itself, I mean, the I Ching. Yeah. And the I Ching is amazing. And it's like it's a massive book, and it's incredibly complex. And then when you strip back and you look at the Taoist symbol itself, when they actually bring back the atom down to its very lowest molecule, way past the microns into the angstroms, it reveals a Taoist symbol in the cell. Yeah. It's like, hey, hang on a minute. How on earth did you know?
And remember, Eastern astrology is the one that keeps emphasizing two becomes one. Yeah. Not so much in the Western astrology. You see, that's why it's so important when we look at influence of the other person's chart on your chart. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you've also got feng shui. Yeah. You know, how did that come into the sway with the feng shui?
With the feng shui. We can probably do, look, if we have enough interest, we'll probably do another show on feng shui.
Well, that could help a marriage too, couldn't it? Getting the right feng shui in your home, because if you get in that clash in your house, like say, for example, to me, one thing that's always rung sort of true for me was people who live on a road ending, you know, and then there's a house right opposite that. Yeah. And then you think, if I lived there, I would put big barriers up in case a truck just kept going. Yeah. But you see the energetics of that place. They say, oh no, you should never buy there because, you know, the energy. Yeah. And because all these things are coming towards you.
You always get the feeling there's something about to hit you, coming forwards directly at you.
And then therefore your career can't flourish as good, and you don't get, you know, the same, you know, nourishment from your home or that rest. Right, home sweet home feeling. Yes, you can go. Please.
People keep saying it's rude to point your umbrella or something at someone. Point at someone. Okay. Why? Why is it rude?
Well, you can feel it.
You can feel it, yeah.
Yeah, and so when somebody points a finger at you, don't do that or I'll break it.
Yeah,
you know?
You can feel it. And so why wouldn't why would something even weird, like a big truck or even cars, keep constantly pointing at you then?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's an energetics behind that.
It's an energetics.
So we live in a sort of a physio, psycho sort of world where there's energy involved.
Look, we're coming towards the end of the show.
Oh, already?
Maybe we can continue next week.
Maybe.
Depends on
on the feng shui, on the
our
astrology.
listeners, if they like us to continue, okay, then place that on my Facebook page. I have 2 Facebook pages, Make Marriage Great Again and Miss Dragonfly.
And what about YouTube?
And my YouTube channel, okay, Miss Dragonfly. Or Make Marriage.
But why do you call yourself Dragonfly? Why is that?
Because I can see in so many different ways, just like the dragonflies.
Apparently, the dragonfly can see more spectrums than any other creature.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, let me know. Yeah, if you'd like me to continue with the topic.
Do you like catching mosquitoes?
I know, I like squashing them. Leave your comments there as well. And a reminder to download your free copy of my book, Your Complete Partner, How to Choose the Right Partner for Love and Marriage for a Lifetime. And so, thanks for coming in again. Bit of a different topic. So, so look, I'm going to close with this. People spend months researching a car, yeah? Years planning a career? But often only weeks or months deciding who they will spend the rest of their lives with. Can you believe it?
Well, I've heard of engagements going a lot longer than that.
So whether or not you use the astrology, one principle is going to be difficult to ignore. The person you marry will influence your future more than anyone else. Your habits, your finances,
help,
your emotional well-being, your family, your children. Okay, your daily life. So choosing a spouse is about far more than romance. If astrology encourages people to think more carefully, so ask better questions and choose with greater wisdom, then perhaps it has already provided something valuable. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and I hope today's discussion has given you a new perspective on the importance of choosing the right partner. Choose wisely, love wisely, and marry wisely. I'm Miss Dragonfly, and together, let's make marriage great again.
Very wisely.
And remember to tune in the same time next week. So until then, it's bye for now.